It was almost fully dark on the evening of September 12, 1952. Edward May, Freddie May, Neil Nunley, and Thomas Heyer, all young residents of the town of Flatwoods, were playing on the lawn of Flatwoods Elementary School. Suddenly, a bright light streaked across the sky overhead and appeared to crash into a hillside on G. Bailey Fisher's farm. The boys ran to see what it was they saw in the sky. The Mays' home was on their way, so they stopped to tell their mother, Kathleen May, what they had seen. Kathleen called on National Guardsman Eugene Lemon and the family dog, Richie, to accompany her and the boys to the crash site. Upon reaching the site of the crash, the group saw a pulsing red light. Lemon shined his flashlight up the hill, and the group witnessed a terrifying sight. A 10-foot-tall creature with a head shaped like a spade and what appeared to be a dark metal dress. The creature's hands were twisted and clawed, and what seemed to be its eyes glowed an eerie orange color. It appeared to levitate off the ground. A strange, sickening mist hung in the air. The creature hissed and glided quickly towards the witnesses. The group then turned and fled in terror. Some of the members of the group suffered from throat irritation, vomiting, and nausea, which persisted for days. These symptoms were passed off as side effects of hysteria, but it's worth noting that these are also telltale signs of exposure to mustard gas. May and Lemon reported the incident to local authorities, who searched the area that night and claimed to find nothing. Another sighting of a creature similar to the description of the Flatwoods monster was also reported by Miss Audra Harper not long before the infamous sighting on the Fisher's farm. Harper claims to have seen the monster while walking through the woods near her home, near the town of Heaters. Heaters is about 5 miles north of Flatwoods. Harper and her friend were walking to a nearby store. The road leading out of the property was implacable and rutted, so they were taking a shortcut through the forest instead of walking the road, which would have increased their trip sufficiently. About a half-mile into their trip, they noticed a ball of fire on one of the hills they were passing. Harper dismissed it, assuming that one of her neighbors was fox chasing. When she glanced back, she saw something unbelievable. The fire had vanished, and in its place stood a tall, dark silhouette of a man-shaped figure. Terrified, Harper and her friends ran, escaping among the rocks and boulders around the mountainside. The day after the September 12th incident in Flatwoods, another strange sighting occurred near Strange Creek, about 20 miles south of Flatwoods. Reportedly, George and Edith Stanowski and their 18-month-old son were driving through a rural area between Clay and Braxton County on Route 4 when their car suddenly died. Mr. Stanowski attempted to restart the car to no avail. It was nighttime and the road was deserted. While the Stanowskis were trying to decide what to do, a foul, sulfurous smell filled the air and their baby began to cry. A strange, bright light filled the darkness, and the couple witnessed a 10-foot-tall creature hovering in front of their car. The description is similar to that of the original sighting, except the monster was not wearing what is presumed to be its spade-shaped hood. Instead, its head was reportedly reptilian and bony. The creature dragged its lizard-like hand across the hood of the car before drifting away into the woods. As soon as the monster was out of sight, the car restarted and the couple sped away. Stanowski would later give his account to Mail magazine in July of 1955. These stories have become an eerie folktale, creating a fascinating culture in the small towns around the county. An ice cream shop called The Spot opened in Flatwoods, offering a photo op with a painted iteration of the monster. A museum dedicated to the monster story operates in the town of Sutton, a few miles south of Flatwoods. 5 huge chairs, built and painted in the monster's image, have been erected around the county. Although the monster has not been seen since the original incidents in 1952, its impact on the rural community has been huge. Sometimes, if you stand outside there at night, You can almost feel it, like the monster left a gift from the stars for us, and we just haven't quite found it yet.